This video is brought to you by Ridge Wallet. This incredible wallet is light, sleek, and industrial. It doesn't fold or awkwardly bulge in your back pocket. It seriously changed my whole pocket game. If you've moved on from flip phones, guys, it's time to let that 90s style wallet that your dad used, leave it behind, because Ridge Wallets hold up to 12 cards, plus all the cash that you need. Choose from over 30 colors and styles, including carbon fiber and burnt titanium. It is the best wallet you can buy, but you don't just have to take my word for it. There are over 30,000 five-star reviews. I was skeptical at first, but once you try it, you will never go back to your old wallet. There's no pressure. Test it out for 45 days. If you don't love it, send it back, get a full refund. If you decide to keep it, there's a lifetime warranty. Click the link in the description to get 10% off today with free worldwide shipping and returns. Go to ridge.com/Chael. That's ridge.com/Chael and use the promo code Chael. Lamar Odom is going to fight Aaron Carter, and Chuck Liddell is going to referee this thing. Now, Chuck got interviewed about being the referee, and Chuck said, I am going to let these guys fight. I'm going to make sure nobody gets hurt, but I can't protect you from being hurt. It's the fight business. If you're going to be paid to fight, you're going to have to fight. The people that bought the fight deserve to get their money's worth. All things that are completely true, but can't be said by a referee. You can't say it as a referee. And I pass no judgment on Chuck. You know, I should offer you this. Every time I've met Chuck in my life, he is nothing but a gentleman. I'm a Chuck fan, but I have noticed that his name has been coming out of my mouth a lot lately. It's just when I read that, so, well, sure, Chuck is sharing a fair perspective, that of a fighter, that of which he has done before, that is which he is licensed to do. I don't know how good of an idea it is to stick in a celebrity referee in an actual adjudication that's supposed to be following some kind of a rule set, and I would imagine is being sanctioned by somebody. I don't know. Remember, Mario got in big trouble. Remember when Mario didn't stop that fight? And after the fact, he said in the media why he didn't stop the fight, and he said, and I quote, I was allowing her to be a warrior. That was a bigger problem than the judgment in the decision, because there is no warrior clause. There is no clause that says you get to decide to let her be a warrior, right? But remember when that was a big problem? I had one. I'm going to keep the judge's name out of this. I see him to this day. I like him a lot, but I remember I was getting ready to fight. I was going to fight Jeremy Horn on something called Sport Fight. And the referee that was brought us all in, and he actually didn't even do my fight with Horn, but he was like the head referee of this event. He was what Big John generally is. And so Big John would generally hold these types of rule meetings. You know, we used to have these before every fight. Even in the UFC, you would get, all the fighters would get together and some referee would get up and explain what the rules are. Every time, no matter how many times you had done this, like, no, we don't want there to be any mistakes. There's all these different municipalities and jurisdictions. We're going to get everybody together. We're going to explain the rules. We're going to do a Q&A. It was painful. It was painful because you would have so many fighters and coaches asking questions. And I remember sitting there going, man, you're admitting to the group that you don't know the rules? I found it particularly annoying when one of the trainers, hey, Big John, can I ask you a question? Now, as a downed fighter, you don't know the rules? You're about to send your athlete into this event with a strategy, and you just admitted for the group, including Big John, that you don't know the rule? Hence, you had to ask the rule the day before the fight. I remember it was one of these things. I digress. It was one of these things, but when this referee came in and gave us the rules, he was also talking about how a judge was going to score the fight, and he said, if a kickboxer took a wrestler down, he actually called him a wrestler. If a kickboxer took a wrestler down, that would be scored much more heavily because the wrestler didn't want to be in that position than if the wrestler took the kickboxer down, which would not be scored very heavily because that's what he should be doing. And I remember I was 24 years old and I was standing in the back of the room and was going, that's not right. Not one word of what you just said is right. And by the way, we were in Nevada. At the time, Nevada was a very respected state. And I remember hearing this, and there was officials like, nobody's going to speak up. We all know that that's wrong, but shouldn't somebody jump in and inform this referee / judge? that that's not the rules? A takedown is a takedown, no matter who does it. I only bring it to you because I don't know that Chuck's wrong. I mean, it is a boxing match that is going to be based and scored upon one predetermining thing, which is damage. He's not wrong to say, I can't protect them. But I don't know that he should offer that either, right? Hey, I boned up on the rules. I've studied. I've never done it before, but I sure got a good handle on this thing. I'll protect those fighters. We'll enforce the rules and may the best man win. It seems like that's the time, a lot of the judges and referees don't talk. And they don't talk, but it's for this very reason. They could step in something. And then who does that fall back to? The organization that's putting it on? Maybe in the media, but no, not by law. It would fall to the jurisdiction, it would fall to the commission. So the commission doesn't want to deal with it. The organization doesn't want to deal with it. The PR teams don't want to deal with it. They just ask all their officials, hey, zip it. And the only judge or official that's really been able to navigate that seamlessly has been Mark Goddard. Mark comes out, he talks all the time, but he's never stepped on a landmine. I can't think of anyone else. I don't know of anyone else who has tried, but I think maybe Chuck is reminding us why this policy is here and why it's a pretty good policy.